It's time to counterbalance this crisis because as a leader, you're expected to have so much responsibility on your shoulders. So you probably tell yourself to just suck it up and push forward. And you notice that your team is constantly looking to you for answers. So if you're stuffing all of your anxiety down inside, that's going to drain you of your emotional, mental, and physical batteries. And I bet you collapse each night and get up the next day and do it all again and think that that's resilience. But actually, it's not. In this video, you're going to discover the #1 behavior that demonstrates stability for your team during extreme chaos. So instead of depleting your batteries and feeling drained, you're going to become a more resilient leader so that you can respond with greater clarity. That way, you can create a modified version of your business and make decisions feeling more confident, aligned, and certain. There's no better time than to really cultivate the 5 reservoirs of resilience. And they are social, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. So let's start off with social. As a leader, you know that business relationships are not always 50-50. So you really need to take the lead to support those who maybe not be feeling as strong right now. They may be extroverts who are freaking out from all this isolation. Their batteries get drained and they need to be recharged by interacting with others. And they actually think better when they're thinking out loud. So connect with them one-on-one or via Skype or Zoom. And if you didn't know it, extroverts actually outnumber introverts 3 to 1 in the general population. So think about how that relates to your team. With that said, introverts need your attention too. It's just differently. Gauge how many Zoom meetings you have, because introverts listen first. They create meaning and they absorb information first before they speak. You need to monitor your airtime. Don't ramble, otherwise the introverts will actually tune out. So don't assume that introverts can't have too much isolation, because there comes a point when too much solitude actually turns into loneliness and can even turn into depression for introverts. So let's move on to the next one, which is your physical reservoir. You want to make sure that you're getting fresh air, that you're exercising outside if you can. Do it on your balcony, in your backyard. If you don't have an exercise routine, consider actually starting one right now. Research shows us that getting in as little as 30 to 60 minutes of moderate to brisk activity every day actually helps your immune system and keeps viruses at bay. But be sure to make sure you know what's going on in your area, if there's any restrictions or mandatory quarantines, and if you're sick or if you're at risk of spreading the virus. Please do not go out. Enjoy the time in nature and getting your body moving, but do it safely. Now we're going to move on to the emotional reservoir. Really give yourself some verbal Valium. And what I mean by that is you want to be able to soothe yourself during these challenging times. From a practical point of view, you want to reaffirm that you're doing the best that you can. You also want to set boundaries with how much time you're watching the news or how much time you allow yourself to discuss the news with peers, clients, team members, and family, and proactively notice the good in the world. The helpers. There's a lot of scary, negative, overwhelming information to take in regarding this pandemic. There are also a ton of stories of people helping, sacrificing, donating, and supporting one another in really miraculous ways. So it's important to counterbalance all the negative information with the hopeful information. You can also become one of those helpers. Find ways, big or small, to give back. Maybe it's that you're ordering from restaurants, or maybe you're picking up groceries for an elderly neighbor. Think about how you can actually tap into and help others, because when we're helping others, it actually gives us a sense of agency when things seem like they're totally out of control. Now we're going to switch over to the mental reservoir. Keep in mind, we can slip into anxiety when we think we can't figure out how to be in control. So find something that you can control and control the heck out of it. Organize your bookshelves, purge your closets, put together that furniture, or figure out what you want to do with your files. It helps to anchor and ground yourself when the bigger things are feeling chaotic. So focus on the big picture and your values. Get out of the weeds. Once you're able to pull yourself out of anxiety, you get that 30,000-foot view and you have a new perspective. To help you out, I also created 2 powerful meditations that are game changers. I posted them on my YouTube channel and they're practical solutions. So all you have to do is hit the links that I posted down below and you'll have access to those. So let's go on to the last reservoir, and that's the spiritual. More than ever, you need to have that daily practice to empty out the garbage from your unconscious mind and have a more resourceful and neutral focus. Really, it's most important to supercharge your spiritual reservoir. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. Consider the lesson that you're learning here. Maybe your life is like a school and your soul is here to learn a curriculum of a lifetime. Learn the lessons that are present. From a spiritual context, consider that this may be an opportunity for your soul to learn how to be present and centered. A few practical steps can include flooding your consciousness with music, poetry, or teachings that really fill your soul. And remember, now is not the time to be a martyr. Reach out for help. Whether you have a coach, a therapist, or a psychiatrist, they're available to you even if it's at a distance. So if you're having difficulty coping, really seek out help. So let me do a quick recap. Remember that instead of consistently allowing yourself to deplete all of your resilience batteries or reservoirs, maintain them. Have some tools, daily practices that work for you. Good habits create better results. And lastly, reach out for support to brainstorm new strategies and gain more resources. Don't go it alone. I'm only a click away, and I would love nothing more than the opportunity to support you to be the best leader that you can be, totally resilient, really focused, and able to lead your team through this challenge. So all you have to do is go to my website, judiglova.com/schedule, and you'll be able to set up one-on-one time for us to talk. I look forward to seeing you next time, and if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell down below. That way you'll get all the new videos that come out each week. Bye for now.